Bundesliga Hoffenheim vs Heidenheim prediction, team news, lineups preview. Hoffenheim will be aiming to end a winless streak of 4 league games when they host Heidenheim in the Bundesliga on Saturday. The visitors, meanwhile, can climb above their opponents in the table if they can claim an away win. Match preview. Since flying out of the traps with 6 wins from their opening 9 league games this season, Hoffenheim have tasted victory just once in the following 9 matches to fall to 8th in the table. After losing 3-0 away to the reigning champions Bayern Munich in their first game back from the winter break. Pellegrino Materazzo's side were beaten 3-2 by Freiburg last weekend. Having fought their way back from 2 goals down at Europa Park Stadion, Materazzo would have been left furious by Roland Salai's late winner. This is especially true considering that the hosts had been reduced to 10 men following Manuel Gold's dismissal. The former Stuttgart boss will be concerned about his side's defensive structure and performance levels, having conceded 3 goals in each of their last 4 outings. This includes when taking the lead 3 times against rock-bottom SV Darmstadt 98, who managed to restore parity on each occasion. Hoffenheim will be hoping for a different outcome against the other promoted team this weekend. However, given that Heidenheim will make the short trip across Baden-Württemberg in superior form, that is far from a given. Indeed, Heidenheim extended their unbeaten run to 5 matches when drawing 1-1 against Wolfsburg last weekend. Frank Schmidt's side won 3 games in a row prior to the winter break, and they have returned in the new year with successive 1-1 draws to remain in the top half of the table. Heidenheim fell behind to the Wolves after just 7 minutes when Václav Cerny bagged his 2nd goal in 2 games. But they were fortunate to head into the break level courtesy of Mortis Gen's own goal on the stroke of half-time. Both teams lacked fluency and appeared content with sharing the spoils towards the end of the encounter. Schmidt and his players could hardly be blamed if that was the case. They have double the amount of points on the board of Darmstadt, FC Köln, who they gained a point away to in their first match back from the winter break, and Mainz 05 inside the automatic relegation places, meaning that they should have enough about them to survive their debut Bundesliga campaign. However, Schmidt will be determined to avoid any complacency setting in among his players, especially having worked so hard to sit inside the top half of the table beyond the halfway stage of the season. If they can secure only their 2nd away win of the campaign on Saturday, they would move up to the heady heights of 8th position. Team news. Hoffenheim will be without Diadai Samasiku, who is competing for Mali at the Africa Cup of Nations. Turkey defender Ozan Kabak is suspended after receiving his 5th caution of the season against Freiburg, with Kevin Akpaguma the likeliest candidate to replace him. Merjam Berisha and Marco John are ruled out for the rest of the season due to ACL injuries, while Dennis Geiger is still sidelined by a groin issue. However, Grisha Promel could return to the engine room after serving a 1-match suspension following his dismissal against Bayern. Heidenheim, meanwhile, will travel without Thomas Keller and Elidon Kenuj due to knee injuries. Christian Kohlwetter should be available after recovering from illness, but he is unlikely to feature in any case. Schmidt may see no reason to make any changes from the team that drew 1-1 against Wolfsburg last time out, meaning that Tim Kleindienst should lead the visitors' offensive line once again. Hoffenheim possible starting lineup: Baumann, Akpaguma, Grilic, Nsoki, Kaderabek, Promel, Stock, Bolter, Kramaric, Weghorst, Bayer. Heidenheim possible starting lineup: Muller, Traore, Menka, Gimber, Forenbach, Schopner, Maloney, Dinksy, Beck, Best, Kleindienst. We say, Hoffenheim 2-2 Heidenheim. Hoffenheim's defensive record has been wretched in recent times, meaning that Heidenheim will fancy their chances of recording an upset. The visitors are one of the most potent teams from set pieces in the Bundesliga and could cause plenty of issues in that regard. However, the hosts clearly possess greater individual talent in offensive areas, and should have enough to score a couple of goals themselves. We can envisage an entertaining score draw between two sides who look set to finish in mid-table this season. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.